Good morning and welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And today is Sunday, May 30th, 2021. And I've got Mark Stanton Welch here right next to me. Good morning, Mark.
Top of the morning.
It's so good to be back in this seat with everybody. And I'm just very excited. I know Reverend Elizabeth has an amazing message for us today. The talk title is Boldly Living a New Story. And I'm sure Mark's got something special to say to start us off. So I'm going to let Mark take it away.
Absolutely. It's a good time to leave the comfort zone. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a way it's been. Some people cling to the story. They live it out again and again. If you're seeking glory, you gotta let the story stand, 'cause the past will never deliver you into the future's hands. Life is lived in moments, a zillion nows that you roll right into. Life's changing and flowing. It won't wait for what you're holding on to. Your comfort zone is not for growing. It's like a mirror to the past. And if you want to reach out to embrace life, you better leave that zone real fast. Olden days and olden ways will keep you in pain. They will enslave you, words unsaid, memories fed will chain you till you choose to let them go. So let them go. It can be hard to leave those old four walls behind you. They just seem so familiar. It's like they live right inside your mind. But you can call upon courage, and you can reach for a deeper truth within. Universe in motion, the moment that you choose. So take the first step forward. Oh, there's nothing left to lose. Oh, life is reaching, calling to you, beckoning. Come on, let's go to find your pathway, to reveal to you all you are and all you yearn to be. Da 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 da. Well, there's a feeling inside me rising right up through my feet. I got the sweet sensation. I can feel the old releasing. It's like a wind blowing through me, clearing out my yesterdays and all my limitations. I'm feeling like a child again, and I'm running free. Not a care in the world. I love it. I need it. I'm gonna keep on moving. I love it. I need it. It feels so great to be alive. Goodbye to those old ways. Alive. Hello to the new ways. I'm never going back there. I'm never going back there. I'm never going back there again. In the flow with new persistence and letting go There's no resistance. Life reveals her beauty to you. And in your truth, it's time for you to thrive. So thrive. You let go of that story. You let go of the way it's been. You without that comfortable story. You can fully live life, my friend.
Oh, so beautiful. Thank you so much. It's so great to have you back with us, Mark Stanton Welch. Woohoo!
Thank you. Yeah.
Give Mark some love, everybody in the comments. Hello. What a perfect song to begin our day today. Wow. Hello, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley-Hogue, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister of the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And it is my honor to welcome you to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. And so we have an affirmation for today, and it's going to be printed up on the screen. I invite you to please repeat after me. I release my old story.
I release my old story.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
I behold the new me as the beloved.
I behold the new me as the beloved.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And now Travis will introduce our wonderful musician for today. Take it away, Travis.
All right. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Travis Hogue, and I'm the music director here at our Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living in Templeton. It is my great honor to introduce our musical artist, inspiration of the morning. And I'm going to do that in two ways. I'm going to read a little bit about his bio and also a little anecdote. One of my favorite things to do here as music director is to interact with all these great musicians that we've had, especially over this last year as we've done this live stream. And the sound checks and connection tests that we do beforehand are gold for me. And I just want to raise and praise you, Mark Welch, for the beautiful time that we had yesterday and the beautiful interaction. It's so great to get to know you. So for everybody else here that's watching on the stream that don't know Mark or that maybe haven't heard too much about Mark, I'm going to read a little bit from his bio. Mark Stanton Welch is a singer-songwriter, an educator, a facilitator, a sound and vibration alchemist, and a visionary. Hello. That's right. For over 20 years, his creations have touched the hearts and minds of New Thought audiences worldwide. With guitar, keyboard, drum, and voice, Mark has interacted with and empowered individuals and groups from children to teens to adults to the wise ones. Okay? In these remarkable times, there's a great need for music to support the transitions that are occurring individually and collectively. Hello. That's yes. Mark's music reflects a personal path that is filled with insight and encouragement, with reminders of strength and skill inherent in each human being, with a remembering of the tender and beautiful threads that tie us together, one and all, with celebration for the diversity and divinity of all life, and with a firm acknowledgement of our spiritual essence and union with the Creator Source. Now, yes, all of that. And yes, and so much more, right, Mark? You can find and purchase Mark Stanton Welch music at his website, markstantonwelch.net, and anywhere music is sold. I think iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon. I do know that I looked you up on iTunes, and I found in the Apple Books an attunement to a higher vibrational living with Sonia Choquette and Mark Stanton Welch. This is correct, yes?
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, and so much more, right? So you can find them out on the interwebs. And I'm going to leave you with this. This is a couple of fun facts. Something you may not know about Mark. Now, we live here on the coast. And so Mark can be seen wading in the water at the beach, taking pictures at the end of a day. Sunsets, baby. You'd be taking photographs and enjoying the magnificence of the sunset. Here's another thing. Mark's favorite color is apricot. Okay, you may not know that. And if you invite him over for a dinner sometime in the future, his favorite food is home stir fry over pasta. You can arrange what the ingredients are when you invite him over. And he may be wearing his favorite shirt color, which is blue. With that, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you the amazingly talented Mark Stanton Welch. Thank you.
I feel so revealed. Oh, my. Thanks, Travis. That was great fun. It's too bad none of it's true. All right. I wanted to take liberty right now to do a song that supports the theme in a very loose way, but this is more about the weekend that we're in Memorial Day. And years ago, in 1993, when I was music director at the Unity in San Luis Obispo, I had an opportunity to create music that would support the Memorial Day experience. So it was based upon a trip so long ago out to Washington, D.C. that I took, and a visit to the National Cemetery. See how the sun shines slipping through the trees to become shadow. Look how those crosses gleam and stream down the face of the hill. They seem to stand tall. How come they never fall? Birds offer the serenade in blissful peace. These men are laid, flowers wave in unison, in colors like a uniform. There's duty in the air. Little flags dancing as the wind whirls anchors away. Ranks of clouds file by in silence. They've nothing to say. And speeches fill the countryside. Gun salutes pierce the sky, and freedom kneels to honor those who gave a life that we may grow. And we all know what war is for, but all these men and women are nevermore. We remember. We remember you. We remember. We remember you. Whoa. Every cross, every name, human being. Yesterday, what you gave to extreme other ways must be seen. For those who sacrificed to keep this land alive, the most that I can do for you is pledge my heart and action to that war may never rise. We'll never kill for peace again. We remember. Yes, we remember you. Yes, we remember. Yeah, we remember you. Lexington, Concord, Gettysburg, Shiloh, San Juan Hill, Alsace-Lorraine, Pearl Harbor, Normandy, Guadalcanal, Pork Chop Hill, Quezon, Nha Trang, Da Nang, Saigon, Panama City, Kuwait City, Somalia, Baghdad, Kabul. Yes, we remember. We remember you. Oh, 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 oh.
Beautiful, beautiful, Mark. Thank you so much. We remember.
Thank you.
All right. And with that, good morning, CSL. That's right. Travis Hogue here, your friendly neighborhood announcements angel, with the incredibly shrinking amygdala, back with you for another exciting episode of Sunday Announcements, May 30th, 2021 edition. I will now read our mission statement. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others, transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and healing of the body, mind, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. We just happen to have a spiritual center. Want to check us out? Yeah, and thank you for being here. Okay, please join us for a coffee and conversation after service via Zoom. The link will be in the comments section here. Join us for our spiritual community connection calls every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find the link on our Facebook page under events. And as a reminder, we're not holding these calls on Mondays and Fridays for the time being. Reverend Elizabeth is now available for spiritual coaching sessions by appointment only on Thursdays between 6 and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please contact her at revelizabeth@ccccsl.org to book a session or to get more details. Next Sunday, we have yours truly, Travis Hogue, returning as our musical inspiration after a long hiatus. Okay, e-news. You'll want to subscribe to our e-news to keep up with all of the amazing events happening with our center. And you can do this by going to our website at ccccsl.org, choose e-news and follow the instructions there, or you can simply email us at info@ccccsl.org and we will get you added. Next up, class is in session. All right, Reverend Elizabeth is facilitating a new class from the Kingdom 3 series, designed to deepen the student's personal, everyday relationship with Spirit. The class is titled, God is, I Am, Nurturing a Personal Relationship with the Divine. The course meets for 8 weeks on Tuesdays from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, June 22 through August 17. No class on August 3rd. The fee for this class is $225, and Reverend Elizabeth is thrilled to have BJ DiGirolamo joining her as the teaching assistant for this class. The registration link for the class will be posted on the website this week and included in our newsletter, so you'll want to stay tuned and definitely get registered as soon as possible. Okay. And I want to take this opportunity to say hello to all of our love streamers on YouTube and Facebook Live and those watching in the future on a replay. We love all of the comments here. Even when you're watching on the replay, put the comments in. We go back through and we love seeing where you're watching from and what's happening for you throughout the service. So you want to be sure to click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We now have 182 subscribers, so welcome all the new subscribers. Yahoo! It helps the algorithms if you subscribe, and it provides the content that you choose and helps our center to get this service to a wider group of friends. So that's super cool. Smash the subscribe button now, as the kids say these days. All right. Next up, Amazon Smile. So Amazon donates a small percentage of your eligible Amazon Smile purchases to the charitable organization of your choice. So I would take this opportunity to please have you consider adding our Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living as your charitable organization. You can do so by going to our website and clicking on the Contribute to a Higher Vision button, and then scroll down to the middle of the page. If you can't find it, you can reach out to me and I'll get you set up. We got our family set up on it, and there's really cool donations that happens that benefits our center. It's awesome. Okay, time to raise and praise. I want to take this opportunity to raise and praise our sweet community members. There's a lot of you in the background doing some awesome things, and we want to acknowledge everybody who volunteers at our center. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes to keep our center thriving, and we appreciate all of you. Thank you. We're so generous, grateful for your generosity and your time and talents. Speaking of generosity, I want to thank you for your ongoing donations to our center during this unique time. Those of you that are on auto PayPal that have embraced the 45th anniversary with a $45 monthly donation, we want to raise and praise you. Thank you so much. All of you that our operations are fully supported by your generosity, and we're looking forward to gathering at our physical center in the future. So if you are able to, you can donate here on the Facebook Live with the donate button, or via PayPal at paypal.me/CCCSL-love. You can also visit our landing page, our website, and click on the donate link in the center of the page. We want to thank you for your consideration. We love you. We miss you. We're sending out our hugs. And that, my beloveds, has been the announcements.
Hugs, 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 and love to everyone. Woohoo! Wow, Travis, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you for making that so much fun. All right, friends, in this moment, I would like to remind you that if there is something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, like a new job or a new car or a deeper relationship with the divine, whatever that is, please send your prayer requests to us at info@cccsl.org, and our prayer team will pray over them for you for the next week. And now I'm very grateful to turn it over to Charlie Carlin for our Science of Mind reading for today. Take it away, Charlie.
Good morning. Thank you very much, and welcome to a beautiful Sunday morning. Today, we'll talk about the power of the one presence. There is a power operating through us. There is a presence inspiring us and an intelligence guiding us. The law of good is sustaining you and I. Upon this presence, this power, and this law, we place complete reliance. We all live in the divine presence, and it is in us all. We know that the creative law of good is infinite and will do for us or bring to us anything and everything necessary for our full and complete happiness. Its whole desire is for us to have freedom and joy. So say this: I know that freedom and joy are mine today. This freedom and joy spontaneously expresses itself in my experience. There is nothing in me that can obstruct this force. This flows through me and through every cell. I am conscious of an infinite wisdom directing me. Whatever I ought to know, I already know. Whatever I ought to do, I will do. Whatever belongs to me comes ever so easily to me. My every thought and decision are molded by intelligence and expressed through the law and manifest in my experience. I not only think upon and realize the meaning of this truth, I am impelled to act upon it intelligently, creatively, without confusion, doubt, or hesitation. With joy, I enter into the fulfillment of life. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Charlie. That was beautiful. So I just want to invite everybody to turn within right now with me and take a moment to connect. So as we just turn within and take a breath together and just breathe in the beauty of this day. And together we can recognize that there is only one spirit, one God, one being, one energy that lives and breathes through all of us right here, right now. And not only does it live and breathe through all of us right here and right now, but all those who have come before us and all those who will come again. And we can never be separate from this source or each other because we are all part of it. Just like a drop of the ocean or a wave can never be separate from the whole ocean, it is all part of it. And we are too. So we have these wonderful characteristics of love and peace and joy and infinite wisdom and health, and beauty. We are a united family through this source. So I just know that this day is a blessed day, that we do remember those who have come before, those who have given of themselves so beautifully and lovingly, and knowing that they're just in a different realm of energy, that they are still there. Our loved ones are still around us always, and we can connect to them at any time. And I know that this service is blessed and is helping us to see light in a different way, that Reverend Elizabeth's words that she speaks are spirit speaking to us, to me, to you, to each one of us individually. There is a golden nugget that is being delivered, special package just for you, just for me. And I just am so excited to receive it. And I know it also can come in the form of the joy and the laughter, or the spontaneity that Travis brings to us, or the beautiful words that Charlie just spoke, and the music, and whether it's the melody or the words that Mark is bringing to us. This is God showing up in so many ways, and I know it's showing up in you today. And I'm so grateful to be part of this community and to be part of this way of life, and to know that spirit is living through me as me, and to accept myself as I am, and for you to do the same. I'm grateful for this gift. And so I can just release now and let go, knowing that spirit's got it all. And we just allow it to flow, and we wait and watch beautifully and see how it unfolds. And I could just release now, let go, knowing that it is all spirit driven. And together we just say, and so it is.
Well, in a way, it's fortuitous that I get an opportunity to work with this particular theme today and the title, because over this past year, it's been all about looking into my own comfort zone and making decisions about what really served me and what didn't. So somewhere along the way, I created a particular song called How I Survived Myself. And as I started to reveal and peel away some ways of being, I began to see that I was so much more than I even allowed. And it was pretty much a miracle that I made it through those years. So anyway, to the song. Well, it took away my travel. It told me stay at home. I've been here for over 2 months, and I'm facing me alone. I've looked into the shadows for all I never chose to say, and I kind of see myself in a brand new way. I used to paint myself in judgment. That's from a long forgotten pain. And I would sabotage my progress and wonder why things stayed the same. And I'd get scared and call for saviors and keep solutions on the shelf. And now I'm sitting here in wonder how I survived myself. I've been stumbling, just dragging out a load of my past like a ball and chain, never taking time to turn from the me that I had learned. So devoted to my story, the one I was addicted to believe that would define me until this time that came from nowhere. Yes, it set me free. It set me free. You can say I've been delivered by the sweeping, swirling change. I forced myself to shake and shiver until this life was rearranged. I took the hand that was reaching and we jumped into the well. And now I celebrate this moment, how I survived myself. Yes, I'd been stumbling and dragging out a load of my past like a ball and chain, never taking time to turn from the me I had learned. So devoted to my story, the one I was addicted to believe that would define me till this time that came from nowhere set me free. Yes, it set me free. Now you can say been delivered from that in a sweeping, swirling change. I forced myself to shake and shiver until this life was rearranged. I took the hand that was reaching and jumped into the well. And now I celebrate this moment, how I survived myself. And yes, I celebrate this moment that I survived myself. Yes, I just celebrate this moment and I survive myself.
Woo! Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I celebrate this moment that I survived myself. Amazing. Thank you, Mark. Another perfect song. We're so grateful for you.
Thank you.
And thank you for the beautiful song that you played. I think it was the first song, We Remember. Oh, perfect song for today. Perfect song. So blessings. Yeah, thanks. Hello, everyone. If you're just tuning in, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley-Hogue, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, located in Templeton, California. And we're broadcasting to you live today from our condo in San Luis Obispo. I'm very grateful to have my husband back as my studio audience of one. Yes, you just heard him. That's very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And so happy to have Gina back. Welcome back. And Mark and all of you, of course. Welcome, family. We love you. And I thank God for you. And so I would like for us to now take a moment to just be silent and have this a couple of moments of silence, a minute or two here, where we truly remember all of the individuals who have served in the military who are no longer with us. And as you do so, I invite you to also remember their families. And while you may not know somebody who's no longer here because of their service, perhaps you know individuals who have friends, and just consider our friends and our loved ones who have been in the service and that they likely lost individuals who meant a lot to them and they really loved. And so just join me right now as we turn our attention inward and honor those souls. Thank you. Thank you, dear ones. And so, it's Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. And I would just invite us all to, as we go about our day of being with family and barbecues and whatever it is we're going to do, to remember those individuals and to remember that all gave some and some gave all. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So this is the last Sunday in May. There have been 5 Sundays. It's been a really amazing month here for us. And the month has been about holy, holy uprising. And how do we have a holy, holy uprising in our lives? And the talk title for today is Boldly Living a New Story. And remembering that as a leading edge spiritual organization, we are not the best kept secret. We are poised with a teaching and tools to take humanity into a new paradigm of consciousness. And we are invited to demonstrate this in our individual lives, in our spiritual communities, our centers and our communities, and in the world. And to do so, we are called to rise up. And so we rise up and speak where we need to speak words and become available and present to the world that is occurring in front of us when we are called to. And so the invitation today, and Mark set us up so well for this, is what stories about our individual and collective past do we continue to tell? That if we are honest, we know are not the most life-affirming stories. And I know that some of us have these. Now, what if this Sunday, today, we commit to changing the narrative here and now, to changing our narrative? Imagine being so bold as to truly embody principle as author, not precedent. You are the author. You are the creator of your life. And so the soul, as we remember, being the seat of our memory, is already contains a record of everything that has ever happened to us. These memories as a whole constitute the subjective tendency of the individual life. This tendency, though, can be changed through our attention, through our awareness, and through our actions. And that action is primarily a choice. We are constantly making choices, right? So human beings aren't meant to operate like computers. We have done this a lot over the past year, have we not?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm here right now and I'm looking at a computer. I'm looking at myself on a computer and it's just like, what is happening? But we're not meant to operate like computers, continuously moving from one task to the next and operating so quickly, and how much can you process at once? And we've all been processing just so much, and more becomes available online as it has been over the past year. And it's just like boom, 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 constant, right? Are you feeling that too? You've been feeling that, yes? Yeah. So as human beings, we are actually designed to pulse. And so what that means is that we move rhythmically and easily between spending energy and renewing energy. Spending energy and renewing energy. And so we need this renewal. And if we don't have this renewal of our energy, what happens is we will fall back into our old stories. And so thank you, Gina and BJ, for taking time for your own personal renewal and spiritual renewal and emotional renewal, physical renewal, all of that, right? And now you are back and in service, and you are different, you've transformed. And so it's that balance that we have each got to find for ourselves of rhythmically spending and renewing our energy, spending and renewing, spending and renewing. And so if you're spending, but not having any time for yourself and renewal, that's when it becomes easier to get triggered, right? Or to get snippy at the grocery store or wherever you find yourself, And so we don't want that to happen. Now, in these times, I don't know about you, but it's become so easy to get distracted by anticipating the next electronic communication rather than being fully present in the moment where we are. And so that's also our invitation to stop, right? To stop and be present in this moment where you are right now. I mean, look around your environment, wherever you find yourself, and see where you're at. Where am I at in this moment? Now, boldly living a new story means that we must give up what we've been telling ourselves for most of our lives. And so as we become present and in the moment now, we are able to more clearly listen to our souls and what it's trying to tell us, right? It's that still small voice that is speaking, but sometimes we can't hear it because we haven't taken the time to be still and listen to our soul, listen to our higher selves, listen to the God self within, the divine that is singing your celestial song. It's calling you, beckoning you. And that's like coming home, yes? And so we've got to really check ourselves to determine if we're filtering our lives based on someone else's voice or the voice of God within us. And so are you living and moving and having your being in a universe that is working for you based on the calling of your soul, the divine voice within you? Or is it the voices all around you, parents, friends, loved ones, whoever they are, right? And so the time for us now is to let go of the external voices that have been trying to pull on us and have us do certain things that we know we aren't really called to from our soul, and stand in that power and listen. Something is calling you deeper than you've ever been before. Are you listening? And when the phone rings, will you pick it up and answer it or let it go to voicemail? The choice is yours. So friends, we have all kinds of stories, do we not? We've got factual stories. We've got fill in the blank stories. We've got make-believe stories, stories about ourselves and stories about other people, whether we know them or not. We can make up stories about people in line at the grocery store or at the bank or people on their Facebook page. Does anybody do that? You're just like reading something and making up a story, and then you want to comment, and then you just go away. What is going on? Stories. We have stories, and we've got plenty of them. Yes? Yeah. The invitation, though, is if you're going to make up a story, make it a good one. Make it a creative story. Make it a story that lifts you up, that has you vibing so high. Your frequency is vibrating at such a degree that you're drawing in everything you are desiring to experience for yourself and your life, new jobs, new friendships, relationships, prosperity, abundance, and joy. Oh my, prosperity, abundance, and joy. Oh my. Right? If we're making up stories, let's make them good stories. And if you're stuck in an old story, this is when I always use and always recommend the very simple tool of picking up a spiritual text, some sacred text, right? It doesn't matter if it's Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements, or if it's a Deepak Chopra or a Wayne Dyer book. In Science of Mind, of course, we recommend picking up an Ernest Holmes book, the Science of Mind textbook, and just start reading and read and read and notice the transformation that you experience within you. Something shifts, something transforms because you can only focus on one thing at a time. And as you're focusing on this high vibrational frequency of words, wisdom, love, peace, joy, bliss, wholeness, all of the good in the sacred text, then you become present to that. And that other story has no power over you. It's really less interesting, right? When you recognize and realize that the words that you're speaking and the words that you're reading are actually contributing to your consciousness, then you will only want to focus on that good, because you'll want to create this good in your consciousness. You'll want to create the feeling of being in bliss and joy. And that's not to say if you're feeling sad, that you shouldn't feel your feelings and you should spiritual bypass. I can't even say it. It's foreign. You don't want a spiritual bypass. If you are legitimately sad, be sad, but don't dwell in that sadness, you know? You don't have to. You're not alone. You've got friends. You've got your spiritual community here at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. We are your family. We are family. We are family. Remember that one? Yeah. Travis is dancing over here. Oh, it's so good. And so with everything, there are facts about what happened, right? There's a fact. And then there are our stories about what happened. So you've got facts about what happened, and then you've got story about what happened. And so I love Landmark Education because they teach this in their beginner course, which is the Landmark Forum. And by the way, if you want a quick transformation, do the Landmark Forum. It's a weekend of intense, whoa. I don't work for them. I'm not promoting it. But anyway, I think I just did promote it. It's powerful. Oh my goodness. Transformation. But one of the things that they share is there's a circle, and one circle is, there we go. One circle is what happened. The other circle is your story about what happened. And then when the two circles join, you can't really see it here, but what you have directly in the middle is sort of an almond shape. And in that almond shape is where the story about what happened and what happened are collapsed. And it is in that little sliver that you create a powerful, potent suffering for yourself in your life. What? Right? What? We don't want that. I definitely don't want that. And so what we need to do is pull apart those two things and have the story over here and what happened. And then you can look at what happened objectively. You can look at, yeah, this happened. And you have felt your feelings around it and have done so much work around it and have healed around it. And now it's time to put that story over here. Put that story on the shelf. Put that story where it will be dissolved back into the native nothingness from whence it came, because it is not serving you and where you desire to go. It is not serving your highest and greatest good to be dwelling in pain of the past. Okay? Now, you can transform anything and everything from your past by putting a stop to that collapse right now. Your story about what happened and what happened. And then the collapsing of the two is where the suffering begins, and pulling that apart is where the suffering ends. Okay? So there's that aspect of it. And now, as an example, say you go through a breakup and you and your partner broke up, and of course you're very sad and upset, and you have this thing that happened. We broke up, and then you have your story about it, right? There's a breakup, and then, oh, it was awful. He or she did this and that and left me in this condition, and I'm broke, and everyone is this, and everyone knows, and I'm so blah, blah, blah. It's awful. And oh my goodness, woe is me, right? So you can take that story and let that story go.
Bye-bye, story.
Bye-bye, story. No, thank you. Right. And your story may not be that severe. Okay. There may be some little story you're telling yourself about unworthiness, or why should you be successful, or why do you deserve to live the life of your dreams? Why do you deserve this or that, or whatever the case may be? Let's just take that story and put it over here and create a new story, or step into this new story that has been in creation for so long in your life, right? If you've been involved in the Science of Mind community, there's been something brewing underneath. There has been something brewing, especially if you've been here for years and years. Something has been happening on the creative medium. There's been so much good, and you've taken classes and have been learning and listening to talks and reading and talking and fellowshipping with friends, in like-minded friends. And so there's something that has been being created, right? It's not that you've been doing nothing. There's something going on. And so when the time is right, it'll come into form just like that. And I was talking to one of our community members this week, and I was reminded of this idea of popcorn. It's like we're all popcorn kernels in the popper, and we pop at different times. It's like, boom, we're a popcorn. And then that creation is manifested, and we're dancing around it and having a great time. And then someone else isn't popped yet, and they're like, why isn't it happening to me? And then they pop, and then it's so good, So I'm getting real excited about this. But yes, you can do that. This is how you go. This is how you let it go and move on without allowing the story to define who you are now and the way you are moving through the world now, which is different than you were before. Everything is new. Things have transformed. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You're not even the same person you were 5 minutes ago. How cool is that? It's okay.
It's all right.
Travis. Oh my goodness. So yes, you can do it. The truth is that you are whole, perfect, and complete in the mind of God. Fact versus truth, right? Let's go back to that. You've got the fact, there may be a diagnosis, and then the truth is you are whole, perfect, and complete, that there is a divine pattern of healing within you, and that pattern is activated now, and you are in alignment with spirit and doing that work that needs to be done. The fact may be you are experiencing a temporary financial setback. The truth is that God is the source of your supply, that all of your needs are met, that good and more good is yours. Say that with me. God is the source of my supply.
God is the source of my supply.
All of my needs are met.
All of my needs are met.
Good and more good is mine.
Good and more good is mine.
And so it is.
So
All right. Now, friends, you can think about stories this way, right? Whenever our lives change, whether it's starting a new job or business, or trying to change a habit, or leaving something, or even burning the toast, we tell ourselves a story about it. In our stories, we might be the hero, we might be the victim, we might be the wrongdoer, the innocent bystander, or the observer. Whatever it is, in our stories, though, we want to be the hero, right? More often than we are the victim. Yes. In our stories, and our stories involve not believing that we are able to accomplish what we set out to do. deep down, many of our stories are like that. And so we're dissolving that today. We're done with it. I mean, we're just going to be done with it. And I hope you're okay with that. So to boldly live a new story, you must first become aware of the stories you're telling yourself. We're creating the stories in our minds and also in our lives. And so Fred Luskin wrote, if you can view your mind as your house, it can teach you to control how much space you rent to your wounds and grievances. You are the proprietor and you set the rent.
Whoa.
With the stories you have in your mind about others, you're giving away prime real estate. You're giving them real estate of your mind rent-free. This is space that you could be using to create or remember your bold new story. What do you really want to experience in your life? Start talking about that. Start thinking about that. Start remembering and recognizing that you are deserving just because you were born into this existence for such a time as this. You are here now in your bodysuit. Your soul has landed, and here we are, and it wants to shine. It wants to radiate that magnificent good out and in, right? All of the good that you're seeking is already yours here and now. So how much room are you willing to give up in your mental house for those past wounds and upsets? Probably, if you really think about it, you don't want to give them any room, right? Or maybe a small little closet. Not a huge, like the giant family room or the master bedroom of your mind. So are you willing to first pay attention and then notice and evict those that no longer serve your highest good or the evolution of consciousness? So the fear people have is that, well, if I give up my story, then I might lose the sense of self that I have, or I'll lose my identity. And that is really an unconscious fear, because that's happening. In other words, you're not conscious of it because you don't know, well, what's the new story? Right? If I let go of that story, what's the new one? Well, that's up to you. And that's when you begin to read books, listen to your friends, talk about the story, talk about what's possible. What's possible? Put yourself out there, right? And so you might think, well, that story has made me who I am, right? But we are called to give up our attachments, beliefs, and our control. But the question becomes, if I give up my attachments, my beliefs, and my control because I'm controlling it because I'm living in that story and it's defining me and I know how it ends up, right? But if we were to let it go, who would we really be? And that's understandable because we have been in the comfort of that story for so long that we can't even see a new paradigm. But in order to see the new paradigm, you're going to just step right out of that story and step into the good of who you are and who you know yourself to be. So the first step is to become aware of the stories you're telling yourself. And in order to do that, we must pause. We must pause for the cause, right? Is what I like to say, which means that we've got to slow down, notice the story, take a breath. All right, take that breath and pause to create this space for yourself so that you can challenge the narrative occurring in your mind. Whatever that thoughts are, that thought is that we're hearing in our minds, that is our opportunity to challenge it. Now we can talk about it, write books about it, but the rubber hits the road when the thought pops up. So this means that you need to be aware and present in every single moment, wherever you find yourself, right? And you can find your instant reaction, pause, and tell yourself a different story. If you're thinking that, you don't have the money and you will never be able to do all the things that you would love to do, instead, when you have that thought, you would change that to, I am a child of God. It is my birthright to experience a life that I would love. And why am I allowing myself to believe that? I know it's not true. Cancel, cancel, cancel. The truth of my being is I am whole, perfect, and complete. The truth of my being is that all of my needs are met and I am thriving and it is good. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
All right.
Let's do this.
Yeah, right. So we get to notice it and then choose. Is this the story I'm choosing to write for myself today? Is this the story I'm choosing to write for myself today? Take a moment, friends. Take a moment right here and right now and turn within. And I invite you to place your hand over your heart, if that's comfortable for you, and take a deep breath. Take another deep breath with me. One more. And ask yourself, who am I really? Without the stories, without the judgment, without the past, who am I really? Who am I really? Who am I really? And then take another breath. And know that as you open your eyes and take your hand away from your heart, you get to decide for yourself, who do I desire to be now? Based on who am I really? Ray Charles Barker from The Power of Decision says, all creation starts with desire. God desired self-expression and the cosmos was born. The desires of your heart are the possibilities that can be manifested in your experience. So taking that moment to breathe, listen, and get in touch with that divine guidance and asking, who am I really, allows us to choose from that place of what does my heart truly desire. And then you can take the conscious action toward that desire. Who am I really? We are at choice and at each and every moment. We are constantly choosing, and we are either constantly choosing consciously or constantly choosing unconsciously. There may be a mixture of both, conscious choice here, conscious choice there, unconscious choice here and there. And I want to share that we can actually be in conscious choice. We are constantly choosing. Let's choose the best story for our lives, the story that is creative, magnificent, wonderful, that sparks that joy for life within you. I want to share a story about an experience I had about a week ago. Someone from our community, you know who you are, called or texted me, and she had remembered that I am a finder of things.
The finder!
Yeah. And so I find things. There's a whole article about it on our blog, on our cccsl.org page. You can search for Finder. or finder of things. And anyway, I find things, lost things, right? It's just like I get an image of where it's at, or if it's my own thing, I'm usually just guided to it without any thinking. But what I do is I stop and pay attention. I pay attention and I listen to the guidance within me. And sometimes I'm guided with words. Sometimes I'm guided with just walking to a place, and I just let myself do it, right? And it ends up, I'll like reach in and find exactly what I'm looking for unconsciously, though, right? It's pretty neat. Anyway, a community member called or texted me and said, hey, my friend lost, she has a misplaced box of supplies and keys, and she was wondering if you could find them for her. And and I thought, and I was working in the middle of a work day, and I looked at the text message and I thought, oh, that's so awesome. And let's try it. Yes. And so I immediately went to this place of, I need more information. I need more information. And so I started to text, and I got connected with the text message and was thinking in my mind what I'm going to type in this text. And I was going to type, tell me more about this box of supplies, blah, blah, blah. And as I was thinking this, hadn't typed it yet, I suddenly got this image of a car and someone opening the trunk of a car. And I said, that's it. It's in the trunk of a car. Hello. That's pretty obvious, right? Very clear. And so I texted her, hey, I keep seeing it's in the trunk of a car. It could be her car, someone else's car. Anyway, fast forward, I found out that the person's car was actually at the mechanic, and that would explain it. And then she just texted me, I think it was Friday, and said, hey, my friend got her car back out of the shop, and sure enough, the box was in the trunk. So
that's awesome.
Right? That's happening for us all the time, you guys. It's not just me, right? So tune in. Tune in. There is something within you that has the answers. There is something within you that knows who you are. There is something within you that wants you to live and shine and radiate the joyful, good, thriving, magnificent life you came here to live.
Oh,
Yeah. You're going to ask again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You are deserving, my friends. And so tune in. Just stop, right? You got to just stop, pause for the cause, and the cause being the thing itself, the invisible presence, this divine loving essence that lives within you, is expressing as you, and is the thing that we all return to, right? When these physical bodies are no longer serving us. And so acknowledge, my friends, that we are at choice at each and every moment. Pay attention to what's going on in your house, your mental house. You are a conscious creator. Choose what you're creating wisely. Choose what you're creating wisely. Acknowledge that the past is the past. Of course, we don't deny our past or what happened. We know that what happened, happened, and we honor who we are today as a result of what has occurred in our lives. We are present to that, yes.
Yeah.
We give thanks for those old stories, for the learning and the growth and all that has come from those old stories. They brought us to where we are today. And then we begin to embrace this now moment right here. This now moment, this place of choice, this opportunity to choose that which our heart desires to be expressed. This is the time. This is the place. This is the moment to pay attention, to choose love, to pay attention, to choose love, to pay attention, to choose love. One thing I love about our teaching is that we don't teach people what to think. We teach people how to think. We're all free thinkers here. Most religious scientists despise being told what to do or think, for that matter. If you know a religious scientist, someone practicing this faith tradition, you know, right? Oftentimes, even when it's good for them. But we teach how to think, hence our tagline, change your thinking, change your life. That's what this means. Change your mindset, change your worldview. You are making this all up anyway. Why not make it something magnificent? Something that lights you up and blows your hair back and has you jump out of bed in the morning and say, yes, I am ready. I am ready for my good. So boldly living a new story means we have to give up a lot of what we have been telling ourselves most of our lives. And if we do this, then who are we? If we give up all our attachments, beliefs, and control of the stories, then who are we? How do we create something new? And maybe it is not about having a bold new story at all, but instead about remembering, just like the lilies of the field, how they grow, they neither toil nor spin. From this place you need not toil or spin or be anxious for your bold new story, but instead simply be present and available to the good that is happening in your life already. Notice it. Merge with it. So to be part of the holy uprising, this love revolution, we must become aware of the stories we're telling ourselves, and we must pause to challenge those stories and then be ready to ride that wave of a new consciousness, a new level of awareness, one that is based on love, compassion, peace, kindness, wholeness, joy, and oneness. I leave you with this quote from Ray Charles Barker. Check your thinking, even in the past hour. It will reveal where you stand in the hallways of your mind. Repeat after me. Today I take my life into my own hands.
Today I take my life into my own hands.
God is with me now and always.
God is with me now and always.
I am love.
I am love.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I am kind.
I am kind.
I am joy.
I am joy.
I am one with the one who walks through all feet.
Whoa, I am one with the one who walks
through all feet. Not with all feet, through all feet.
Through all feet.
So we get caught up in those day-to-day struggles and forget to give thanks for the gifts of life that are flowing and allowing us to still be here. So let's take that time today. Give thanks for your past and all that you have become, and be open to boldly live your new story. Let's pray. So it feels like that whole sermon was a prayer. And as we turn our attention inward, once again, we remove our focus from the external world and place that focus on the inner realm. And it is this inner realm where God is all that there is. And I remember that truth. I remember and recognize, and I know it to be true. And so in that knowingness, I know that God is everywhere. There is nowhere that God is not. It's everywhere present. It is in me, as me, and through me, just as is in, as, and through each individual watching, each one of you, all of us. We are God in form. God is expressing as us. And so knowing that this is true, knowing that we are one, I can claim and declare and decree that in each one of our lives, in this moment, we are releasing the stories of the past. We release the stories of the past, and we release all that no longer serves us, and know that as we do so, something magnificent is revealed to us. And it is this pull of the divine. It is this pull into the kingdom of heaven that is within, so that we can become aware of the finished kingdom through which we walk. And so in that pull, we become aware of joy, peace, love, harmony, wisdom, prosperity, connection, and all the good that we can imagine. It's right here, right now. And as we place our conscious attention on it, we remember we are deserving. Each one of us is deserving of a beautiful life that we would love. Each one of us is capable of experiencing a beautiful life that we would love, whatever that means to you. And so I know that this is so, and I know that without any fear or trepidation, we release anything and everything that would hinder or block us from stepping into our new story boldly right here and now. And so we leave that behind for the cosmic merry maids of the universe to come and clean up and dissipate it, dissolving it back into the native nothingness from whence it came. And now we are made new. Each one of us, when we open our eyes from this prayer, we are made brand new, standing, shining, radiating magnificently, like sparkling jewels. We are God in form. And I let that rearrange me, and I stand boldly living in my new story right now. And I know that this is true for each one of you. So thank you, God, for this bold new story. And we speak our word also for all of our beloved individuals who have ever served in the military. I'm so grateful for that service. And I know that as we go forward through the rest of our weekend and through the holiday, Memorial Day tomorrow, most of us have it off. And we remember our service folks. And we remember that all gave some and some gave all. And we are grateful for all of them. Every service member. I'm so grateful for this and so much more. I'm so grateful for the servicemen who are still serving our country, servicemen and women, service individuals, service people, all of them. We're grateful for them all. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And thank you for each one of us standing, shining, glowing, and radiating our good. In great gratitude, I release this prayer now into that loving and creative action of the law, knowing it is so, and taking my hands off of it and allowing it to return made manifest in my life abundantly, because that's the way it works. It's already done, and so it is.
And so it is.
Woohoo!
I have my past, and I have my baggage. Now I have a story that is etched in my hands. To it I cling, yes, and I let it define me. But you and I know this is not who I am. No, it's not who I am. For I've made a me out of moments so varied. I've molded, I've shaped, I've carved to survive. I've covered the essence, and I padded and whitewashed. But you and I know that that is not who I am. No, it's not who I am. The I that you see is not the I that is me. The I that is me is an angel of love. The I that you see, yes, truly believes that he will be free someday. Someday, yeah. And like that cocoon, I am in transformation. It's time to break out, and it's time to fly high. Well, sure, I could hold on, and sure I could wallow, but you and I know that is not who I am. No, not who I am. The I that you see is not the I that is me. The I that is me is an angel of love. The I that is me truly believes that he will be free someday. Someday. Now I'm walking next to me. I am there when I don't believe, and I am letting me find my own way. And I am there in the whispered breath saying, yes, you can, yes, you will. And I'm there when I forget my name. Oh, the I that you see is not the I that is me. The I that is me. He is an angel of love. The I that is me, yes, truly believes that he will be free, that she will be free, that we will be free someday. Someday. Well, how about this day? How about right now today? 'Cause it's time to break out and it's time to fly. Time to break out and it's time to fly. It's time to break out and it's time to fly. Time to break out, time to fly away. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've got my past. I've got my baggage.
Wow. Am I on? Yeah. So beautiful, Mark. Thank you. We were watching you and admiring your little cast of characters back there. In the background, we saw the Tin Man and Scarecrow, and yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we do journeys.
How cool! They're like little, yeah.
Reminders, courage, heart,
Yeah.
and then the
Yes.
intellect's way down at the bottom there.
Yeah, right.
Useful, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
And then Tigger, the representative of the frivolous and free life.
Oh, okay. We were wondering what Tigger was representing. Awesome.
Everything.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing all of your joy and who you are. All right, friends. So if this service has inspired you in any way, we invite you to consider making a donation to our center. Our center is fully funded by your giving, and we are looking forward to returning to the center on a hybrid basis twice a month starting in July. More information about that will be emailed to you and also shared on our website and through Facebook. So for now, please join me in repeating after me. The offering affirmation will be placed on the screen here. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Woo! All right, dear ones. So won't you know with me that you are never alone? That God is where you are right now and always. And all that we ever need do is to turn within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woo!
Wow, thank you, life. Travis is
Hey,
gonna.
Gina.
Sounds like Travis is gonna explode back there.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, so great to be back here in the seat with you guys, and what fun it has been, and what a beautiful message all the way around. So yeah, we're gonna go over to Zoom and have a little coffee and conversation, and I hope you guys can join us. I'm so excited to be able to do that. Mark, are you joining us today for that?
I will be for a bit. I have to rush off and work with a bunch of kids down in Southern California.
Oh,
Amen.
fantastic,
But I'll be
fantastic.
there.
All right, well, we'll let you take us away with a little music.
Just going to go out with We Remember.
Yeah.
Yes, we remember you. We remember. Yes, we remember you. Yes, we remember. We remember you. Oh, 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 oh.